prefacing this video, this is filmed after I've filmed the content basically, by saying, oh, I nearly shit myself. That was for Rob as well. The first part of the video was filmed on the GoPro we use to do the ride outs and stuff like that, which seems to work perfectly with a microphone, stuff like that. But the sound quality in the first bit is very poor, so I apologise for that. And also the camera kept shutting down. Yeah, crack on and enjoy it.
Howdy folks. Ooh, need to wipe the lens. You've got shite on you. That's it. Right. Hopefully you can see and hear me alright. This is end of year review for Shoestring Shed. And I can't believe it's nearly a year we've been going. I think we actually started properly really when we got Nibbler, but we've been going like a year. I've had a YouTube channel for many years, but like most people, I watch YouTube, never intended to put much on it really, and yeah, that's changed in a year, and it's lockdown that did it. And now this is, well, towards the end of December, as you all know, just in case historically in future you is watching the video, we're now towards the end of December, coming up there. It's a week to go to Christmas 2021, and it looks like when Christmas is over we're potentially going into another lockdown because of this Omicron variant and all this lot. Whatever, we're not getting into that. So what I've done is I've made notage. Yes, it's notes time. It's basically what's gone on in the year. It's like the first year of the channel, and I've now got, what is it, considering I'm just fat idiot in a shed, it's like 144 subscribers, which, you know, when you look at some the channels that I watch and stuff, they can have like 500,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers and all this lot. You know, one day we might get there. We never know, do we? You know, slowly, week by week, more subscribers. And it's, you know, thanks to every one of you. It encourages you, encourages you to carry on. Even though in the winter months not a lot happens. It is so cold in here, it's unreal. I've got a heater on, but it's only just come on. This is a shed, it's not heated or anything like that. It's great in the summer, not so great this time of year, and it's gone really foggy today. It's only like 4 or 5 degrees. It's effing cold. Not if you live in Northern Europe and it's, you know, like -29 or whatever, but you know, for us softies it's cold. So let's start off then. January 2021. I drove an electric taxi at work. I'm going to discuss some of what I've been doing at work, because a lot of them now, they are now production vehicles. We can talk about them, but obviously I'm not going to tell you anything. So I did an electric taxi. It was actually the van version of the electric taxi. You've probably seen this on your local news. They are out and about being used now, and it's the the electric taxis you see about. And do you know what? They're brilliant. They're really good. They have a normal petrol engine that generates electric for electric motors. So as well as a genuine electric range, if your electric range is down, put fuel in it, and then the engine is a generator. They're absolutely brilliant. You get no range anxiety or anything like that with them, but they drive really nice. They're really nice, and I've driven those for years, from literally the first prototypes till now they're a production vehicle, and they're great. they're really, really good, really nice things to drive. Electric, I'm really warming to electric. You know, this last week I've driven new electric cars and stuff like that. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. For 99% of the journeys that I do, regardless of what I've said throughout the year, perfect. Commuting, perfect. Trips up to sort of 200 miles or whatever, perfect. Really good. They take no effort to drive at all. I mean, we're that far away from having stuff driving itself. In fact, just recently in the last couple of months, Mercedes has been given permission for full autonomy in Germany, and obviously Tesla is well on the way to getting it worldwide. Of course, the next big thing I'm really looking forward to is flying cars and stuff, personal drones and stuff like that. They're on. That's interesting. I haven't used this GoPro since we last went out on Nibbler, and it just after a few minutes there, after that section, turned itself off. So if it carries on doing that, we'll be going back to the old GoPro basically. Usually electrical equipment doesn't like the cold anyway. It's not cold, but it's cold enough. So right, yeah, January electric taxi. Like I say, I'm really looking forward to electric now. I think hydrogen's going to be the future for range and stuff like that, and just convenience at the moment. It's going to be hydrogen. What did I do? Oh yeah, I did the fuel pump on Rosie. Replaced the fuel pump and filmed that, obviously. And she's been bang on since. Made the first introduction for this place, the very first introduction. February, I actually created the logo for Shoestring Shed. That there, which I'm really proud of. I've never done anything like this before. You know, this is still really new to me, and a lot of it I'm still very uncomfortable with and stuff like that. But if I just talk to you like you're somebody there, or I don't care or anything like that, it goes so much better. The trouble is with filming, doing jobs with filming and stuff like that, is anyone will tell you who's ever done this, it takes 4 or 5 times longer, because you're arranging cameras, you're fanning around, and then there's all the editing and stuff afterwards. Yes, believe it or not, this stuff gets edited, and it can take hours, especially if you're inserting photographs, sound effects and stuff like this, as I'm trying to get better to do. Some videos don't even warrant them really. If it's just a catch up, it doesn't need any fluff or baubles, but on the normal stuff, I like to make them fairly interesting. I hope they are. You can tell me in the comments, you know, if you want me to stop, I'll stop. So February, yeah, so we rebranded, stripped the back end on Nibbler, got all the suspension out, rebuilt the shock, changed the oil in the shock, greased all the bearings because they were all good, did the intercooler O-rings up, that's for Rob, on Rosie. A common problem on Rover 75s, on diesels, if there's a loss of power, it's usually the O-rings on one of the intercooler hoses is gone, and I replaced those with some very sketchy ones from Discount MG Rover Spares, who I've used a fair bit this year. You know, when the money's been there, because this is Shoestring Shed, we do everything on the smallest budget possible because we have to. So yeah, did those. March, yeah, I don't think I did a lot more in February. Like I say, the sort of wintry months don't get a lot done. March, oh yeah, I won the exhaust for Nibbler. I won the Vance & Hines exhaust for Nibbler, which I was well happy with. I'm still well happy with, because it looks really scabby. It looks like it's been on the bike since day one. As you know, I'm not into concourse or pristine. I like to see it, but it's just something I haven't got the... Well, I'm just not wired up like it. I would love to be able to do it, restore something to concourse, but my head doesn't work like that. It's, you know, get it fixed, get it done. Pinky will probably be the exception, because I want to do a good job on her, because she deserves it, and Mrs. Shed deserves it. So yeah, did that right. March, yeah, exhaust. Oh yeah, fitted the new thermostat to Nibbler, because we found out the old one was just seized. He also had a new battery. Right, what we do? Oh yeah, cleaned out the plenums on Rosie. I'm already doing it perhaps, but I'm gonna put photographs up with this as well, so it jogs your memory. And if anybody's new to the channel, they can have an instant catch up of the year, and then go back if they want to watch anything. Fools. Right, yeah, towards the end of March, Nibbler passed his MOT, 23rd of March, I think. He passed his MOT, and that was the goal with Nibbler, was to get him from 4 or 5 years standing under a tree, completely unloved, didn't even know whether he'd run, to passing an MOT. That was the goal. That was the ultimate goal, was to get him good enough to go through an MOT. And I know that's like a wide field of acceptance. You know, for some people, getting it concourse is good enough for an MOT. Me, it's got to be functional, it's got to be safe. So yeah, he did that. So I haven't used him a lot, to be fair, because I ride motorbikes at work and stuff like that. Quite often you don't want to ride your own, or just other stuff gets in the way. So what did I do? Oh yeah, I did the fuel cap on Nibbler as well. Towards the end of the month, Slinky went for his MOT and he passed that. That's good. Right, April, Nibbler O-ring. Oh yeah, that was the mystery oil leak, and it turned out to be the O-ring on the alternator. Somebody had actually at some point had the alternator out. Why wouldn't you? At the age of the bike, and chances are the engine's been stripped once, who knows. But somebody had forgot to put the O-ring back on the alternator, and that caused an oil leak, which was really irritating because it looked like it came from the water pump and stuff like that. But yeah, we fixed that. Engine mounts on Rosie, did the engine mounts there. Did those literally a couple of days before we did the big Scottish trip, which was end of April into May. That was nearly a disaster. Through my own impatience and stupidity, I went and undone 2 mounts at the same time, which of course twisted the engine, and it was a battle to get it back on a drive. In a garage it wouldn't be an issue because you got the kit, but yeah, doing it on the driveway with a caveman kit, yeah, that was nearly a close run thing. We nearly didn't get to go on holiday then, but with the aid of a ratchet strap and the shed roof and stuff like that, we managed to pull the engine back, get them all fitted. The only one I couldn't replace was the Hydra mount. I just couldn't get it undone. I'll have another go at it at some point, but I'm going to wait for warmer weather. It's not mega noticeable, the Hydra mount. It's due for replacement, but it's not mega noticeable. Right, so we did that. End of April, yeah, the epic Scotland trip. What a holiday. The first holiday with Ernie Shopdog. He was amazing. Of course, my stepdaughter flew up and she joined us on the second week, and we had a brilliant time. Unfortunately, I wasn't very well, but at least Mrs. Shed and her daughter managed to get out, and they saw some fantastic places. And the good thing is now my stepdaughter loves Scotland, can't wait to go back, which is the whole idea. You don't think anybody who's in the 20s or anything like that, they'd want a bit of life and all this lot, but you don't know her. Yeah, in bed by 7:30. So yeah, we did that. That was brilliant. So that took us into early May. Brilliant. The car performed brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Right, June. Oh yeah, June. Had the clutch cover off Nibbler and discovered that the chain tensioner had been hitting the clutch basket. So I ordered for that, and we had to wait for that part for ages because there was a big muck up with the US postal system at the time, and I think it took about 6 weeks to turn up. So Nibbler was out of action for 6 weeks. I wasn't going to put the old one back on and risk it. So July, the trip to Sheringham with my Uncle Bernard in the Rover, which we put on, to Mucklesborough Museum, absolutely brilliant. And I did the new pads and the spring guards, front spring guards on Rosie. And gets cold, the brain's shutting off. Not that it ever started. And in July, yeah, end of July, so it must have took a month. Chain tensioner came, so we fitted that, went out for a ride. And on that ride, we broke down because I put the fan on when I was stuck in a bit of traffic, and I couldn't hear it if I switched it off or not, because it's not an illuminated switch or anything. And it turned out the bike doesn't like running the fan all the time, and it killed the battery and it killed the starter solenoid. So literally I got into my street and it was dead. I had to push around. So that's when we fitted the new starter solenoid as well, because the Chinese one I got from eBay was utter crap. I got a new one from Electrex in the UK, built so much better. It's like twice the weight of the Chinese one, which should tell you something. But that's been golden, not a problem from that since it's been fitted last July. But like I say again, we haven't used Nibra a lot. I went work on him the other day. Didn't notice how terrible the headlight is on dip beam. It's astonishingly bad, like push bike slow. And I can't remember my ZZRs and stuff being that bad, so he's going to get an uprated bulb. What else did we do in July? Oh yeah, me and Mrs. Shed had a day trip up to T-Bay Services for breakfast. If you've never been to T-Bay Services, it's family owned and it's basically a farm shop, and it's fantastic. We literally just did a round trip for breakfast, 400 miles in Slinky, come back over the moors and back down the A1 and stuff like that. It was brilliant. Got out for a few rides on Nibbler as well. Now, August, did the front brake lines on Nibbler. That was easy enough, that was good, but I am going to probably put piston rebuild kits in and a front master cylinder kit, just so it's all good. I've not decided whether I'm going to keep him or sell him yet, to be honest. I've got no idea. Yeah, did the forecoil on Nibber as well and managed to drop him because, like a moron, I didn't put a jack. And the camera's just turned itself off again. GoPro pile of shit. I can now understand I see. Had to change the camera. So we're now on the little GoPro session. So if the sound quality's changed or anything like that, I apologise. Yeah, the camera shut off again, so fucked it off. As I was saying, I used to be able to do it. You used to be able to put a discussion and stuff up on YouTube, and for some reason they've took that ability away from the channel. So I don't know, or I'm just not using it right. It's more than likely. And I've seen so many of them, the people that I watch, saying they're having trouble with GoPros, and usually it's because you're using a crap card in it. I always use a good named card, high speed card, because I can use them in my cameras and stuff as well. So I know that's not the issue. I think it's basically because GoPro on the whole are overpriced bags of shit. They're a bit like Harley Davidson's, overpriced bags of shit, but they get the job done. If you like Harleys, I'm not apologising, because I will end up with one eventually. But you know, while I'm young, I'm going to knock them. So right, so we did. The brake lines, front forecoil. That's when I dropped him. Thank God. Wasn't it fixed? Something leak. What the hell is that? Oh yeah, rear brake reservoir was leaking. It was leaking from the union, one of the line union. Tightened it up, cured it. Fitted a 12-volt socket. We fitted the new speedo cable. This is all August, and oh yeah, in August we fitted the roof rails and the roof box to Rosie, because Mrs. Shed and the Shed Sproglets and the dog they went on holiday, and the boot on a Rover 75, considering the size of the car, is not actually that big. The boot, I would say, is probably nothing like, but I would say the boot on my old Audi, the A6, was probably nearly twice the capacity of that Rover. It felt cavernous, that did. The Rover, it's fine for me for what I do, but Mrs. Shed takes 380 pairs of shoes, 600 items of clothing. You know, I take 2 pairs of pants and a toothbrush. So it's
it is what it is. Of course, now we have to take the cage and stuff for the dog, and you know, I mean, we need a two-seater sports car with a little dog seat in the middle, and the butler can follow in the Range Rover with the luggage. Right, September, a couple of ride outs on Nibbler, and of course it was the fuel shortage. Oh, that still winds me up. Fucking morons. Anyway, did the rear brake hose on Nibbler for braided. That was pretty much it for September. Unless something needs doing, or the cash is there to do it, I can't do it. And then this is when we do the little catch-up videos and stuff like that. October. Oh yeah, Felix had to have a new like lower arm on the front because she had a bushing gone for the MOT. So Uncle Steve did that. Didn't film it. I did take a couple of photographs. In fact, I put a photograph of the control arm with a knackered bush in it. So he did that, and he passed his MOT, and he's got something like 70, I don't know, I think about 76,000 miles on it now, that little Fiat 500. It just carries on. Yeah, brilliant car. It really is brilliant. November, that was pretty much all that happened in October. Right, November, yeah, started stripping Pinky down. And as you can see, we haven't got much further. It's just cold, and it's obviously, I want to do it right, so I've got to be in the right frame of mind to do it as well. Mentally not been that good lately, to be honest. Hate this time of year anyway, which doesn't help. But no, it'll get done. It'll get done. As long as it's ready for next spring, no panic. That's the way I look at it. You start panicking and you start stressing out when you start putting time limits on yourself. There isn't a time limit as long as it's ready for next spring. Of course, Mrs. Shed's going to have a big op next year, and chances are she's not going to be able to ride it till then, minimum anyway. So yeah, no panic, but we'll do a good job of it. I might get the cases blasted and stuff like that, and make it look really nice, so we can get like another 17 years out of it. So that was that. Oh yeah, Rosie had her new tyres. Yeah, Uncle Steve will be firing up the electric suntan machine in the new year to weld Rosie. I'd really love her back on the road. And that was pretty much it for November. December, buggered the tyre valve on Slinky, didn't I? Because use one of them silly aluminium caps. But yes, Uncle Colin to the rescue, and we've now got 2 new back tyres for Slinky as well, which I think are getting fitted this upcoming week, hopefully. No desperate panic for it, they'll get done when it's mutually convenient. So that's what's happened so far, pretty much. If I've missed anything, I'm sure people will tell me. But yeah, I'll put in some photographs and stuff like this, but I would like to say, just in case I don't film anything more before Christmas, have a really good Christmas, have the best one that you can. And because it looks like we're heading in for another lockdown, I don't know, it might, some people might be able to carry on working and stuff like that, but we'll just have to suck it and see, won't we? But thanks for being there. You guys you've made this channel possible, and I know it's in extremely bad taste, but don't forget we've got the merchandise and all this lot, and we've also got Patreon, which no one has taken up, which is I'm not grumbling about at all. I know it's been a really tough year for a lot of people. It has been a tough year, mentally, financially, physically, other words ending in Lee. It ain't been the best year, but we're hoping for a better one next year. Let's hope we get a bit more normality next year. It's been nice to be able to get out this year. It's been a lifesaver for a lot of people, but it is what it is. So from the heart of my bottom, I thank each and every one of you for subscribing, sharing, liking. Carry on doing it, because it helps us out. it encourages me to do more, poor people, and stuff like that. And I really enjoy doing this. This has got me through, helped get me through lockdown. Basically, it gives me something to do, and it gives me motivation and stuff like that. And it's good, and I've really enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed reading your comments and all that lot. And of course, we've got Instagram now, and we've got Facebook, and I don't know, next year let's go for 300 subscribers. You know, it is what it is. Let's go for 1 million subscribers. Substituted and sponsored content, and I can retire to Scotland to a mansion with a big hangar, and we can piss about with 1980s supercars and superbikes and stuff like that. Might happen one day. There is a rumour going around that I'm actually a secret millionaire. I know because I started it. Anyway, have a really good Christmas. Try and have a good New Year. And if I don't speak to any of you before, see you in the New Year. I'm going to chill out in my pants, pot noodles. I'm going to eat far too much Christmas Day. Might even have a drink. But it looks like possibly after the 27th, it's possibly going to be travel restrictions and all that again. So just try not to think about it. Behave yourselves, be nice to each other. It's cheap to be kind. Enjoy yourself, and we'll see you in the new year. Thank you all so very much.